Are you ready to visit the motherland to relax and rejuvenate? Are you ready to explore all that Africa has to offer? Then check out the brand new Diversified Game Academy course, Prepare for My First Trip to Africa. Are you worried about being able to afford the trip? We got you. We will show you how to travel either on a budget or as a baller. Learn how to stress the value of the USD. Did you know that 100 United States dollars is worth over 1,000 South African rand or 10,000 Kenyan shillings or 54,250 West African CFA? Are you worried about taking your kids? Get the game from Kellen Cash, a bona fide world traveler, having traveled to almost 20 countries, several of those in Africa. Get the game on taking your kids on their first trips. Learn how to find the best tickets, get the visas, and plan your own adventures in Africa. Don't let Eddie Murphy have all the fun. Plan your own coming to Africa trip starring you, produced by you, and featuring you. If you are ready for a life-changing experience, sign up for our course today, Diversified Game Academy. Get prepared and purchase at diversifiedgame.com.
Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
Make sure you pick up my two books that's in Amazon right now. The first one is Passive Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy. And I talk about in that particular book how the system of white supremacy really runs and on our daily lives here in America. In our latest book, 7 Steps to Decolonize the Mind, we go through those steps to try to deprogram you from the system of white supremacy. Make sure you can pick up those books on Amazon.com.
Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
At African Diaspora News Channel, we cover stories that don't receive mainstream attention, and we serve as the voice to the global Black community. We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media, connecting the African diaspora one story at a time.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are here. It is October 24th. We're trucking along on a Thursday. I hope your day went good for you. Let's check my screen here. Hope your family is doing good. Just pray that everybody is blessed, or if you're dealing with some difficulty and everything, you know, it's you know, you're going to get through it. Like I said, if it don't take you out, then you're going to get through it. The one thing that I can say, that God don't put nothing on you or allow nothing to come on you that you can't bear, right? So just trust that it's not meant to destroy you. It's meant just to make you better. That's it. And it don't last forever. That's for sure. You know, I know a lot of people are dealing with some difficult things right now. That's for sure. Hold on. I ain't have my screen up. Give me a second, because I can't see what y'all talking about. Give me a second. I have my screen. My screen is right here. All right. Boom. All right. Screen is up. I can see it. Okay. All right. Everybody's here. Everybody's slowly coming in. Yeah. Tell your friends and family about everything. And, okay. Now Kellen sent me something. Kellen, if you're in there right now, I seen, Jeremy actually, I didn't know his office was over there by the school. So yeah, I was at my little girl's school today. She got to be inducted into the National Beta Society. So I didn't realize it was going to be an emotional event. I didn't realize that people were crying and the kids were crying. My little girl was crying. I was like, were you crying? And my wife was already crying because the other kids was crying and the parents was crying. Everybody was crying. I'm like, okay, and then my little girl, I'm like, you all right? I'm just so happy. I'm like, okay, so yeah, but hey, it's good because and at their school, a lot of times they dominate at their school when they go to those competitions. And one of the parents, one of the sisters, told me that they win so much. Check this out. So they win so much that all the kids are always being called from my daughter's school, and it's a black school, right? Black, a Christian private institution. And they say the folks be looking, and I can't wait to go see it because I want to see the look. And they said they got to a point that the folks stopped mentioning the school name and just mentioned the child name. And then the director like, oh, no. You gonna call the school name and that child name. Cause you know how it is. When we have an equal playing field with these people, I'm talking about equal, like we get equally educated or have the same education or something a little better, they can't compete with us. That's why they're so invested in keeping us sabotaged. They're so invested in keeping us distracted with something, right? Don't want you to learn nothing. Don't want you to read nothing. As long as they can keep you high and drunk, partying and BSing, sexing and everything else, nothing that's being productive, they love that from you. They will give you millions of dollars to do that. But let you be a black person and you a person that's just a prodigy, you are the biggest threat to them. You are a prodigy. So, like, listen, all the little rap females you see today, they not no threat to them. Not at all. They love that. But you let a little sister or brother, that's a Benjamin Banneker type, right? No. We gotta watch him, her. We gotta suppress them, or we gotta get them all over here with us. We gotta pluck them from the black community, because you know how they talk about the brain drain out of Africa. Well, there's also a brain drain out of the black community too. They follow the same thing. So if they see a very, very, very smart black person, they quickly want to pluck them out the black community and get them over there with them, so they can kind of separate them from us, so their expertise can benefit the folks, right? So we do have to prioritize education. We should prioritize that. That is very important. Our children need to be educated. And shout out to all our kids out there. That's for sure. Shout out to our kids. Let me see here. Hold on. Yeah, that Damon is right. Yeah, as long as our kids is listening to Sexy Red and Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, they cool with that. That's what they want our daughters to be, is those types, right? That's why they flood millions of dollars. So because and the one thing I don't know what it is about women, and I've seen this, it's like they influence each other so much, way more than men could influence each other. It's like if this one wearing it, they all want to wear it. If this one wearing a hair that way, they all want to wear their hair that way. This one wearing lashes, they want to wear lashes. This one want to wear some wrestling outfits, they all want to wear wrestling outfits. Yeah, that's I wish that wrestling outfit era come to an end. Oh my God. You're looking like them old WWE people. Man, I hate that wrestling outfit. Lord, bring back the style, please. Female image consultants, please come to the front of the class. Lord, please end that wrestling WWE suits. Jesus Christ. Anyway, we're going to talk about Spike Lee tonight. He's a known Democrat shield too, Spike Lee. And Spike Lee has continued the drumbeat to attack black men. And one thing we're not going to tolerate as black men is them just a constant keep dumping on us, right? So they're going on all the platforms to do it, but I'm going to tell you right now, you Democrat shields is dumping on black men. It's not going to work. It's not going to work because we are impervious to the shaming. Like, y'all wasting your time shaming. I think this is going to be the last election that you'll try to shame because you're going to see how it just did not work, whatsoever. So let me go ahead on and let me see what we want to get into tonight. Yeah, so we go ahead on and get Woody on, and then we're going to get started.
I probably did. I know. I would. Detective Thorpe, his brain was the size of a squirrel brain. So you could just tell him anything, he gonna go for it.
Your Honor, at this time, the state's going to ask permission to treat Mr. Copeland as a hostile witness under pursuant to 24-6-611, Your Honor.
Granted.
Thank you.
What that mean?
Don't worry about it. That's just for her to understand how she can ask the questions. You just continue to answer them truthfully.
Isn't it true that in this January 11, 2015 interview that you told Detective Thorpe that at Club Pusha on that Monday before Donovan Thomas was killed that Kel punched you in the back of your head?
I don't recall what I told the detective.
And is it I'm sorry. That's you.
I don't recall what I told him specifically, however you pronounce it.
Okay. And is it also true that after Kel punched you in the back of the head, then other people came and began jumping on you as well?
Their time gonna come.
That's not the question I asked you. Is it true that you told Detective Thorpe during this January 11, 2000 interview that after Kel punched you in your head, that other individuals also began to jump on you as well?
I don't recall what I done told the police. Y'all gonna charge me for what I did? I don't did the time for the crimes y'all caught me for.
Okay. Would you mind your language while we're sitting here in court?
I'm trying to. You got me. I'm on. Y'all need to give me a break because my blood pressure is real high. I keep telling y'all, leave me alone.
Okay. And the quicker we get through this, the quicker we can leave you alone. Do you understand?
Okay, I don't recall.
Okay. Going back to January 11th, 2015.
I don't recall.
Can I finish the
They
question?
didn't listen to the
And
question.
they keep bringing up Thug name. So what I did was, to get him off of me, I said, Thug did this, Thug did that, Thug did, because I knew they would never, I knew he didn't do it. And in my mind, I knew that the police would never go mess with him. So it was easy for me to try to throw the blame off on him to get them off of me. And that's what I was doing from all these years. I don't remember what I don't told them in the past. But my whole motive was Thug did it because I knew he didn't do it and they couldn't lock him up. And they keep talking about Thug. So guess what I'm gonna tell them? Yeah. What else you want me to tell them? Yeah, he killed this person. Yeah, he did that. That's what I'm gonna do. And that's right now. If I walk out this thing and they say, if I walk out this thing and they say, the police stop me now. Hey man, give me something about Thug. Make something up about him again.
On January 11, 2015, when you went to speak to the police.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know that's Woody. You know Woody is a certified fool a lot of times. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to talk about definitely Spike Lee. Make sure you get your pens and paper together. Tell your friends and family. It's your first time coming here. Don't ghost watch, because some of you like to ghost watch. Go ahead and subscribe. That way you know when we're going to post something. You know, make sure you download our African Diaspora News Channel app in the Google Play and Apple App Store. That supports the platform, definitely. You know, like I said, we're not like Pastor David Taylor. We're not asking for $10,000 from 500 people. All thing we're saying is, say, hey, $9.99 a month, it'd be great to support the show, and you get videos that we don't post on YouTube. I just posted one today about a trans woman, you know, being very anti-black today on the app. So make sure you go check that out. And all the other videos we posted there that we don't post on YouTube or any social media platform. All right, so your boy Spike Lee, you know, Spike Lee. He went on MSNBC recently, and they talked to him about, once again, black men. That's for sure. I want you to hear what Spike Lee had to say. You know, as always, going to play it, and we're going to go back. Now, there will be some Spanish speaking in the background. I don't know what MSNBC was doing. You know, I don't know wherever Spike was at, they were speaking Spanish. I don't know, but they should have got him in a better environment. But anyway, let's go ahead and cue this up with Spike Lee. And then let's talk about it.
Curious what you would say to people who look at this. We've heard a lot about cutting people up into groups, which on this program we've discussed the limitations of that. But on the one hand, it is white men who are skeptical of Kamala Harris. It is white and Latino men that are breaking towards Trump.
I know what the question is. Continue. Continue.
Should I continue? You can go ahead. If you got the gist of it, go ahead.
Well, it's sad but true. Some of my brothers have been drinking that Kool-Aid. And I just hope that they get their minds straight, get their minds right in time for this election. If they're conscious, if they're aware, there's nothing that this other guy can do that's going to put us, not just black folks, but Americans in a better position going forward. So I urge, and I got to give credit to President Obama because he's been going really hard on the brothers. Some might think too hard, but I don't think so. We got to wake up, and don't go for the okie doke, the flim flam. Can't do that. We got to support our sister to become the first woman president of the United States of America and the first sister. And then for this guy to say she's not black. Has he ever heard of Howard University? HU? AKA? Those two get you in right away already, Howard, AKA sorority. So it's I know I'm laughing, some smiles, some jokes, but it's serious business. It's serious business. I don't want to, make light of where we are this last couple of. How many days is it to election?
15.
2 weeks and a day. As I said before, we got to move forward and not backwards.
Okay. All right. We're going to start this over. It's a lot to unpack here, ladies and gentlemen. It's a lot to unpack. Okay. All right. So let's start it over.
Curious what you would say to people who look at this. We've heard a lot about cutting people up into groups, which on this program we've discussed the limitations of that. But on the one hand, it is white men who are skeptical of Kamala Harris. It is white and Latino men that are breaking towards Trump.
I know what the question is. Continue.
All right. So let's start there. He said in the beginning that it is white men that are skeptical about Harris. Did you see that white male journalist say anything to white men when he said that? Did he disrespect white men? Did he talk down on white men? He acknowledged how white men feel about her, but he didn't disrespect her. Have you seen any other white celebrities come out and disrespect white men? Have you seen that? What about political figures come out and just go to white men where they at and go to a white barbershop, go to a restaurant or somewhere white men are at, and just go start wagging at their finger and scolding them? Have you seen that happen to white men? They know white men don't feel her like that. But white men, they know you have to respect white men in this country. See, black men, on the other hand, they don't want to respect a black man for no reason at all. And you got these bootlicking Democrat shields that will assist them in the disrespect of black men. You understand? Barack Obama is half white. So his white brothers, he don't go talk to. Hello. Why are you wagging your finger in the black person's face? Go talk to your white brothers. You are more white in the mind than anything else, and you proving that in your presidency, right? Because when black people say, oh, you a black president. I ain't the black president. I'm the president for everybody. That sounds just like what a white man would say. It don't sound like what a brother would say. But he was raised with a white mammy and a white grandmammy. And all, you know what I'm saying? He didn't have the black experience at all. So what are you talking about? The brothers. Now, then they go on to say Latino men as well. White men and Latino men are breaking for Trump. Those men are going to vote for Trump. But yet we don't hear nothing about white men and Latino men. White men and Latino men aren't shamed, aren't talked down to, or anything. White and Latino men can choose whatever candidate they would like to choose. They actually have their voting rights and they respect it. When it comes to black men, see, y'all have to understand, and I'm going to get to a little later why they really going so hard in the paint about black men. And you thinking it's about this election, it's a little bigger than this election. It's a little bit bigger, but I'll get to that. Let's go ahead and continue.
Continue.
Should I continue? You can go ahead. If you got the gist of it, go ahead.
Well, it's sad but true. Some of my brothers have been drinking that Kool-Aid. And I just hope that they get their minds straight, get their minds right in time for this election.
All right, Spike. So I don't know what Kool-Aid it is. I don't know. I hope you're not drinking Kool-Aid anymore. That's full of food dyes. And you know, like certain, I think California about to outlaw food dyes. And shout out to California at least for doing that, right? They couldn't do reparations. But no one's drunk any Kool-Aid. People looked at their pocketbook. People looked at their bank account. That's what they saw. They saw that I was doing a lot better during the Trump presidency financially than I am during this presidency, right? The Harris-Biden administration. You understand? That's really what it is. See, what y'all not used of is black men actually thinking with their pocketbook like white men do. See, white men, if you mess up the economy, that's a great way for white men to mobilize and get your behind on out of office. They are very serious about the economy. Latino men, they serious about it too. You mess up their way to make their money or make it hard for them, they want to get you on out of there too. Black men is the one late to the economy party. Not the Diddy party, but the economy party, right? Black men are saying, wait a minute, we can't get ahead playing all this stupid games the Democrats are playing. They'll sit up here, use racism, use the death of a black man all day long and get us all riled up like they're going to do something about it. And then when they get in office, they never do anything about it. Oh, George Floyd, get us in there. We gonna get rid of qualified immunity and we gonna get the George Floyd bill. Oh, just vote for us. Give us the House. Give us the Senate. And we gonna get all this done. Okay, now, and black people did that. They gave y'all the House. They gave y'all the Senate. For the first 2 years, y'all had it. And y'all had the presidency. And y'all couldn't get no qualified immunity done. Y'all couldn't get no George Floyd bill done. Matter of fact, Biden went in there to start attacking black folk as soon as he got in there. Telling the civil rights bootlicks that they got to work with the Hispanics because there's more of them than y'all. When you import them all here, you can't keep up with that. You just can't. They gave an anti-Asian hate crime bill. They done so much for foreigners. That's what they have done. And so now black people say, okay, all right, why should we reward them again? Why? They didn't do nothing for us. See, the Democrats sit up here and say, see, Trump racist. You see what he says? He's a racist, right? Oh, he's so racist. But you do more racist things than Trump ever did in office. I didn't see Trump flood the black communities with a bunch of migrant men getting free stuff. I didn't see Trump do that. On the contrary, Trump was getting them out of here. You remember that raid at I think it was in Mississippi, that chicken plant? They had a bunch of migrants working over there. Trump went in there with the ICE and got their behinds on out of there. And what happened the next day? Black men took all those jobs. Black men took those jobs. That's That's helping the economy of black people because black men got families. Y'all have to understand, when all these migrant men aren't coming in here just to be here. They're coming in here to get jobs that is going to take a job from you. They're coming in here to get housing that's going to potentially, well, you can't get housing. Remember, we have a housing crisis in America. You know that, right? It's not beneficial to bring in millions upon millions of men. What people are also not talking about is that you brought all those men in here. Well, now you're putting more strain on the food supply too. More demand, lower supply, higher prices. Less demand, higher supply, lower prices. You understand? It is not beneficial to bring in 20 million people and you think it's not going to affect the economy. Like we talked about on the stream a few days ago. If you bring in 3 of your family members in your house, your bills go up. Immediately go up. You think our bill in America haven't went up bringing all these people in here? And they subsidizing them. Trump didn't do that. He didn't do that. Say what you want to say about him. I don't like his personality. Like, do you like your supervisor's personality? A lot of my supervisors I had on jobs, I didn't like them at all. But I was going to quit my job because I didn't like him? No, I was going to just, only reason I was going to talk to him is because I had to for the job. It was basically like a business conversation. Hey, X, Y, and Z. Hey, do this. Hey, what else we need to do here? And after that, I'm not having no conversation with the dude. Why? Because I don't like him. I don't like his personality. I don't like how he get down. I keep my distance. That's it. I'm there to get a bag. I'm not here for a popularity contest. So with politicians, you're not here for a popularity. And a lot of black men have to say, wait a minute, hold on. I've had people like that on my job. I'm not worried about that junk. I don't care what no. Like, what do we get out of that? Okay, she wins. What do we get out of it? What is she offering to black people? Because remember, she is not only going to do something for black people, she told you that.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
And she meant that, and she stuck to that. Even when she had a so-called black man plan, black entrepreneurs and others, HBCUs, minority serving institutions. She meant every word of that years ago. Well, they want to say, oh, that's disinformation that people are posting. How is that? You said it. What you mean disinformation? You said it. Oh, they're splicing up. Nobody's splicing up anything. You said that you wasn't going to only sit here and say you're going to do something for black people. No, and you stuck to it. You stuck to it. You won't do nothing specifically for black people. The bottom line. Y'all wasted time putting that mess on that website. Then the next day, oh, well, that's for everybody. It's not just for black men. It's for everybody. Well, why did you waste your time? You could have put something else on your website that was beneficial or something. Why do that? So what do we get out of her presidency? What, more symbolism? And look, you can't even say that, okay, let's go on symbolism. We wouldn't even get a symbolism. Because that's not a FBA woman. But we ain't had a FBA man either as president. See, the Democrats, I've been paying attention to the Democrats. The Democrats don't want a black American. They want immigrants. They want biracials. And they want to make sure the biracial isn't raised with the black family. You know what I'm saying? They want to make sure they got the look, but they don't have the mindset. And then they'll bring an immigrant in, not an immigrant that's 10 toes down, not that immigrant. They want the immigrant that wants to assimilate into white supremacy. That's what the Democrat want. You understand? I've been paying attention to that. That's why the smartest things that black Americans have done is say, you know what? Just be on the safe side. We don't want nobody representing us that's not from our lineage. Because at least we know somebody is from our lineage. We know where they're coming from. Even if somebody's shucking and jiving, we know how to deal with them. It's a certain way we'll deal with our own when they're getting out of line. But when it comes to some of these immigrants and others that wasn't even raised with black people, they was raised with whoever else, and you could tell that, you know what I'm saying? But the Democrats think they slick, so she's not even symbolism at this point. And that one drop rule stuff, that's not working no more. You got to live like you have some experiences being a black person. All that one drop rule, you one drop ruling, but in your mind you like the folks. Let's continue.
If they're conscious, if they're aware, there's nothing that this other guy can do that's going to put us, not just black folks, but Americans in a better position going forward. So I urge, and I got to give credit to President Obama, because he's been going really hard on the brothers. Some might think too hard, but I don't think so.
Well, and everybody been going hard on him too, though. Like, have y'all seen the responses of a lot of black people, like on TikTok and YouTube and things like that? People ain't been putting up with that disrespect from Obama. Man, nobody respect that dude. Nobody respects him. Nobody. Because he messed up his legacy. He caused chaos in Africa. He set up here and let Mitch McConnell talk to him any kind of way when he was the president of the United States. He sit up there letting them people sun him all the time. Every time a black person say, yeah, he's the black president. I ain't black president. I'm the president for everybody. This dude literally changed the Democrat Party. Just like y'all say Trump, he fundamentally changed the Republican Party. Well, Barack Obama fundamentally changed the Democrat Party. He did. Prior to Barack Obama, the Democrat Party wasn't like how it is now. The Democrat Party is a mess right now. It's a complete mess. It's a mess. And a lot of black men can't get down with that party. The Democrat Party only celebrates you as a black man if you're sassy and buckbroker. You understand? That's and the majority of black men aren't sassy and buckbroker. And that's just really what that is. Why would you be a part of that? Like black men, a lot of black men walked away from the black church. Why? Because we know pimps when we see it as a man. We know a pimp. We know when when a man trying to run a woman's pockets. We know that. We know when a man trying to sleep with women. We could see that a mile away. We know his game. Why want to be part of game? You don't see the Lord in there. So black men left there. I ain't gonna sit up here and give my hard-earned money to some man that's running game talking about give 10% of my. I work hard and give you 10%. Like what money God need out of me? That's paper. And then the day it's paper, literally paper. The scripture teaches God owns it all. If he owns every bit of it, what do he need with paper? You might well give God gold or something, diamonds, something tangible. I'm just saying you're gonna give God something, but with some paper? Come on now. Just hustling. So black men walked away from the black church. A lot of them have, including myself. I don't fool with the black church at all either. I love God, I pray, but I don't fool with the black church. I don't fool with the white one. I don't fool with none of them. Nope. And then you got the Democrat Party. A lot of black men have walked away from that. I walked away from that a while ago too. I walked away because I said I couldn't be a part of anything like that. I think what would turn me off for a lot of that stuff with the Democrats is the lies. It's the lies. Like, you vote for them over the years. Oh, get us in there, get us a House, get us a Senate. We're going to do this and that and the third for black people. And it's the same old. Nothing's changed, right? Nothing has changed. It's the same status quo. You just got black people managing white supremacy. You understand what I'm saying? And that's all they want. These Boule members, they want to be managers in white supremacy. No different than you had people on the plantation who are black. There are people, and we've seen it in the movies too, where, they would have a black person whipping the black person for them. Well, we still got the same mentality today. And they enjoyed their position of whipping other black people. Or they enjoyed their position in the House. And they looked at other black people in the field as a threat to their position. Now, let's get to, let me cue this back up, and then let me finish something else I want to say here. So let me cue this back up before it get off my mind.
We gotta wake up, and don't go for the okie doke, the flim flam. Can't do that. We gotta support our sister to become the first woman president of the United States of America and the first sister. And then for this guy to say she's not black. Has he ever heard of Howard University? HU? AKA? Those two get you in right away already, Howard, AKA sorority. So it's I know I'm laughing, some smiles, some jokes, but it's serious business. It's serious business. I don't want to, make light of where we are this last couple of, how many days is it to election?
15.
2 weeks and a day. As I said before, we got to move forward and not backwards.
I don't know why they keep having that talking point, move forward and not backwards. I'm like, y'all are not genius at all. In order to move forward, or like she says, turn the page, that you're part of the page they're turning. Like when you turn a page or something, right, to the next page, everything that's on that previous page goes this way. You're turning it. How are you going to move forward and turn the page with you still on the next page? That don't work. That don't work. But anyway, let me tell y'all something about what the real problem is by black men with this election. The problem is yeah, some of it's about the voting, but here's the bigger problem. The bigger problem is, wait a minute, black men in particular remember I told y'all about the default setting they have for black people in America? So there's a default setting like your computer. You got the default settings on your computer. And, if you wanted to change that default setting, you can on your computer and put it to kind of how you want it, whatever. But black people have a default setting in America. Black people's default setting in America is at the bottom. Black people's default setting is to be disrespected. Black people's default setting is to be the stepping stool for all other groups to come in here, step on our backs, and get to where they at in America. We have to be in a default setting for white supremacy to work. You have to understand, in order for white supremacy to work, how could it work if we're both equal? It won't work. You got to have the supreme, you got to have the inferior. So if black Americans are getting out of that default setting and moving different, because you have to understand, the Democrats it's the left wing of white supremacy just as much as you have the right wing. They're the right wing of white supremacy, but they both have the same goal. The goal is this: 1, maintain white supremacy at all costs. 2, protect white privilege at all costs. 3, do not let black people get from the bottom, whatever you do. Now, the only argument is how to enact white supremacy. The left winger feel, no, we got to let a few of them in so we can kind of get them on the illusion that, we ain't the same no more, the illusion of inclusion. We got to let them participate in white supremacy so they won't think that, because, if we just shut them out, like y'all right wingers want to shut them out, right? Then they're going to realize it and they're going to revolt. So we don't want that. So we got to, give them some token positions. Listen, they can become a president, they can become senators, they can become all of that. But it's people that we got to handpick who don't have a black mind, who wasn't raised around black people, who don't have an affinity for black people. We got to have those kind of people, right? But we got to give them that illusion of inclusion. That's what they discuss. Listen, Nancy Pelosi, right? People like her and people like Mitch McConnell, they talk. They cool with each other. They both have the same goal of maintaining white supremacy. The Democrats and Republicans don't want to do reparations. Once again, they're losing them inclusion. The Democrats will say, well, we want to do a study of reparations, a study. Because the Democrats are very good at getting your hopes up. The Republicans are like, nah, I ain't doing that. I prefer somebody to tell me, no, I'm not doing that, than playing with me, getting my hopes up, saying, oh, man, okay, a study and this and that and the third. But in the end, they felt just like the Republican felt. Like, no, I'm not doing that. They felt the same way. But once again, their way is, well, let's string them along, illusion of inclusion. That's the way it works. So now let's get back to Black Americans with that default setting. If Black Americans are starting to do things outside of what we've been given to do or believe or whatever the case may be, that can mess up status quo. And that can get us out the bottom. You have to understand, if we vote outside of, okay, we know the Black community going to vote Democrat because we know them, that's what they're going to do. Then that makes them safe at night because they say they're going to do that. Now, if they're saying, you know what, I may not vote at all. I may vote Republican. I may vote Green Party. I may vote whatever. Wait, hold on. Now you're thinking for yourself. That's a problem. Listen, Black people thinking for themselves is a scary thing in this country, okay? It's a very, very scary thing for a lot of people to see Black people thinking for themselves. Because if you think for yourself, then you're going to start doing for yourself. When you start doing for yourself, you're going to start creating institutions. You're going to start creating more schools, banks. You're going to start creating daycare centers. You're going to start creating, medical centers. You're going to start creating business districts. When you start thinking for yourself, y'all have to understand one thing in the Willie Lynch letter said, we have to keep them dependent on us. And unfortunately, a lot of Black people in our community don't want to think for yourself, and you want to be dependent on them. You want them to educate you. You want them to do all the work for you. You want to go to their schools instead of creating our own schools, even though we know their schools have Connor running in there with AR-15s. But I haven't heard that happen in any kind of Black schools, Black institutions. I haven't really heard that. They do not want you to think for yourself. Because when Black people, just in history, you talk about Black Wall Street, right? A lot of y'all like to talk about Black Wall Street. That came from Black people thinking for themselves, doing for themselves, building for themselves. So the danger is thinking for yourself. That's where the danger's at. Because once you think, you're going to do. When you do, you're going to build. They don't want you building. So that's why they try to say, they try to insult you when you say, nah, I got a brain. I think for myself. Oh, you sounding like them right wingers. You sounding like this. Like, why are you attacking me for saying I think for myself? Why are you attacking me for that? That doesn't make sense. Because you got some Black folks that also need you on this default setting. Because that's how they get their check. That's how they get paid. That's how they eat. When you got the Boule, Black Voters Matter, and all these people like that, they need you to stay in their position so they can get paid. A lot of people get paid big time money for delivering up the Black vote. All them celebrities you see coming out there with Kamala, Obama, man, they getting something. They getting a little check somewhere, right? There's a big economy delivering up your vote. What I want Black people to do is destroy that economy. Destroy it. How do you destroy it? By thinking for yourself. And once you think for yourself, you say, wait a minute, hold on. Let me look at what the issues are in this election. Let me see. Issues? What you talking about, issues? Trump is a threat. What are you talking about, the issues? It don't matter what the issues are. We did that with Obama. And see what that got us? We didn't look at the issues with him either. We went straight on, oh, he Black and a Black family, and that's that. We're going to vote for him, right? That's what we did at that time. All of us did. And then look at the man that set up here that Black people put, basically Black people, put him in the presidency, and then he gonna come out here talking down to black people? Because he was never one of us, that's why. And gone are the days we gonna let people like him ride on our coattail. You better go ride on your coattail where you come from. Yeah, see, Jay says when us black men actually sit back and think, they call that dangerous. It is dangerous. Because the last group of men they want to sit back and think is black men. Because when black men think long enough, we're not going to stay at the bottom. We're going to come out of that collectively. But it all starts on the thought, bro. Everything in life starts with a thought process. Everything. Think about it. Any change you made in your life, whatever that may be, right? You had some negativity going on and say, you know what? I'm going to change this. How did that change start? Okay, you thought about it. You thought about something that was going bad in your life. Okay, now you get it. Now you say, okay, now I need to act on it. I need to do something. So you get up and you start doing something about it to get out of the negative situation, whatever that negative situation may be. It could be your health. It could be a relationship. It could be whatever. It could be habits that you got personally that's negative, right? You thought about it. You done something about it. That's what they don't want, because if you think you're going to do something, and when you start doing something, you're going to build something, because you're like, wait a minute, why am I begging other groups of men and women for their stuff? We got enough money. We waste money in the black community, in the billions, waste it. We can start doing it for ourselves. Think about it. When you hear anybody attacking someone for saying do for self, you got to look at them as nothing but a slave. Why would you attack another black person for talking about doing for self? Well, just do for self, people. You know, we need to leverage the government. You can do for self and leverage the government at the same time. You can do for yourself. Well, I'll tell black people, get all the government help you can, all the government money you can, get it all. Get every bit of it you can that you legally qualify for. But you still do for self. And don't be around nobody that don't believe in thinking for themselves or doing for themselves, or being around people that don't build anything or don't want to build anything. Now, you're a brother or sister, you working a job right now. Okay, cool. But you don't want to be on that job forever. You say, man, I love making hamburgers. I want to open up a hamburger stand, a hamburger restaurant. Well, you can't be around a bunch of people like, hamburger? Man, you got a good job. Why would you leave this good job to go flip some hamburgers for? They got McDonald's. You don't need to do that. Stay on your job. You can't be around people like that. You got to be around people that say, oh, you trying to do a hamburger stand? Oh, shoot, man. Look, I know this particular butcher over here. You probably get some good deal on the meat for the butcher over here. So your hamburgers be like homemade and not that old crap that McDonald's sell. That's the kind of people you got to be around. People going to put you on game, point you in different directions. Not that person trying to keep you on at the bottom with them. And let me tell you something. When you start thinking for yourself, you're going to have to separate from people. And sometimes it may be painful, the separation. It may be. It could be family, it could be friends, but hey, with some people, they're in your life for a season. Some people in your life for a lifetime. And when that season is up, and you may not like it, but hey, some people can't go to the next level with you. Some people can't. God don't want them around you in the next level because they're going to tear you down. And don't try to drag them with you when you're trying to go to this next level in life. Don't take them with you. They gotta be with the people that they need to be around. You got to be around a new set of people sometime, and you need to be around people that think for themselves. You need to be around people that do for self. You need to be around people that build things. Because when you see that, that's going to inspire you. So you can do it, right? You can say, oh, man, that brother did it. That sister did it. Man. And they're like, well, look, come over here. Let me show you how I did something. You know, they'll come put you on game or something so you get inspired by that. You can't get inspired by somebody telling you stay at a doggone job when you know it's not in your heart for you to do. You feel like God didn't call you to stay on these people's job. So they don't want you to get out of that setting this, you can't think for yourself. You can't do for self. You can't do this. They wanna control where you go, where you travel to, wherever. I'm gonna tell you something else, whether some of y'all agree with it or not. When black folks start really traveling to Africa, they got on alert about that. I never forget that. All the years I heard, well, if y'all don't like America, go back to Africa. All the years I heard white folks say that to us. But when they had the year return in Ghana in 2019, it's not about Ghana and what they did with the year return. I'm just talking in general. When a bunch of black Americans started going to Ghana in 2019, it made front page news in the New York Times, LA Times, New York Post. They talked about it all over the media. And I'm like, bro, why do you care? That's why I was thinking, like, why do you care? Shouldn't y'all be happy black folks are going to Africa now? But they kept talking about it and talking about it and talking about it. Why? Because even black folks' movements, they're worried about it. Wait, you didn't ask us to move, like to go to Ghana? You didn't ask us, like, we didn't see that one coming. They always want to make sure that they have some sort of, control, because that's how we stay at the bottom. This is why, like you earlier, I was talking about Sexy Red. The reason why you're going to keep having a Sexy Red and anybody else after her is to keep us at the bottom. If we have degeneracy being lord and master in our community, whether it's through the music, whether it's through movies, whether it's whatever, it's going to keep us at the bottom. Once again, they got billions of dollars for degeneracy. Well, as we see, the degenerates like Puffy, but what's that guy, the CEO, Abercrombie and Fitch? I don't know if y'all heard about him. He was just as bad as Diddy. He was creating fake job ads. Hold on, let me see. DJ Brown Sugar V say, man, R.I.P. Kevin Samuels, but after watching that, man, it pushed me to get my LLC for my lawn business. I had to leave a job to understand that I don't need a job from folks to be great. Exactly. Listen, you would never, I'm telling you from experience, you would never make what you're worth by working for them folks. Never. There's always going to be a glass ceiling for you there. I don't care how educated you are. I don't care how smart you are. Them folks are not going to let you make it like that. I'm telling you from experience, working for myself, I've made way more money in 1 year's time than I ever made in a year's time working for them folks. I'm telling you from experience, bro. So that's why I want black people to create their own businesses, because that's where your freedom is at. Yes, business is not easy. Yes, you're going to make mistakes, and I've made plenty, right? But I'm learning from my mistakes. I'm trying to correct my mistakes, etc., right? Right? Sometimes you want to be noble in business, but sometimes, big corporations operate the way they operate for a reason, and sometimes you have to learn that the hard way, right? But still, all in all the headaches that I could even have in business, I'd rather these headaches than go and look at some good old boy being a supervisor, making more money than me, dumber than a box of rocks, and he telling me what to do. Or I got to go ask a good old boy if I can go on vacation with my family. That's dehumanizing. Go and ask another man if you can go on vacation. If you got the money to go and all of that, you should be able to say, hey, I'm going. So working for yourself, you got that freedom. Now, of course, working for yourself, you got to work harder. But it's okay to work harder for yourself. Yeah. Build. These people don't want us building our own. They don't want us having our own. They want us with Spike Lee talking about the Democrats with a social program. Let me tell y'all something. Well, the Democrats gonna give us social programs. The Democrats keeping you in poverty with social programs. I know. I come from all that. The reason why people stay in Section 8 all those years, the reason why people stay on could be generations of food stamps is because it's to sustain you. It's not to elevate you. It's that old statement. If you give somebody to eat you give somebody, some fish or whatever to eat, they eat for a day. But if you teach them how to fish, they eat for a lifetime. And those social programs, it's just giving you fish. It's not teaching you how to get your own fish. And black folk need to know how to get their own fish. But this is the problem about black men, because this is the thing. If black men are thinking for themselves, we already see black women doing it now. How many black women are saying, hey, nah, I'm cool with these Democrats. I am so cool. A lot of black women. They know, listen, out of all the disrespect black men get in this community, and that's done by design, okay? That's done by design. But when black men get up and move and do something, black women gonna follow it. Some gonna just follow right because they see it. Some may hold back to see like what they actually doing. They moving around. They doing what they doing. What these black men are doing. They trying to figure it out. And then someone's like, yeah, let me go ahead and catch up. I see them leaving. I don't want to be by myself over here. Because listen, one thing black women know, whether they want to admit it or not, ain't no other group of men is gonna look out for them like brothers. Let me tell you something. The greatest commentary I heard about FBA men, believe it or not, came from African women. I've had several African women say, and sisters in America, you probably need to appreciate this a little more than what you think. I've heard several African women say that black American brothers are the most loving. They helpful. They're willing to help in the kitchen. They're willing to help with the kids. They work. A lot of brothers, don't be out here, just beating their women just because say I'm the man in the house, I'm gonna hit you. I've heard that commentary quite a few times about brothers from America, and that's why some of the African sisters, they get a hold of one of them, they ain't trying to let them go. So brothers, no matter what they try to highlight the worst of the worst. And listen, we got crime in our community. Yes, we're going to talk about crime. We're going to talk and highlight it so we can prevent, certain things from happening. Because sometimes when you talk about crime, what happened? What was the elements? Did we see this coming? Crime is part of life. We're not going to hide it because that's something black people like to do. They don't want to talk about crime. Oh, why we got to talk about that? The white people talk about that. Look, you the same people that say don't talk about Pookie and Ray Ray too. Maybe we get rid of the criminal element out of our community, we can thrive a lot quicker. But the criminal element in our community is also created by finance. That too. And maybe a lot of us think for ourselves, do for self, and build for the community. We can get some of our brothers off the streets where they ain't got to deal no drug. They can actually get some real good paying jobs. But we got to build it up for them. If not, they gonna have to do what they got to do. Unfortunately. You say our kindness just get took for weakness at times. You just got to be smart with who you just got to be smart with it. That's all. But not everybody going to view that as weakness. But you got to know a snake when you see one. They got women as snakes. They got men as snakes. You got to just be paying attention to the warning signs. And don't cast your pearls for swine either. When I first meet a person, I'll be nice, but I'm watching you. I'm looking at you. I'm trying to see what you got going on. I'm trying to read your spirit too. Because sometimes it's not what people say. It's sometimes it's just a spirit. And you gotta, some people may say they vibe or whatever. No, you just talking about their spirit. What's coming off their spirit? You feel something, or you feel some peace. You feel agitation coming from them. You feel something not right with this person. Always trust your feelings on things. Keep it there. Like, hey, I don't know about this person. You do not reveal things to people that, or be nice to randoms. No, when I'm nice to everybody. Like I was raised in the South. So if I meet you and say, hey, how you doing, XYZ, whatever. But I'll have a conversation with you and we'll talk and we have a good time. But you're not getting close to me. No, I don't let people close to me like that. No, because when you're vulnerable and you let people too close. Now, Great Black Shark say got to make belts and shoes of those snakes. Yeah, I just rather not have people like that around me. Even if I feel like, oh, that's something snakish you did, oh, you got to go, because I'm not gonna let nobody bite me. Not if I can help it. Yeah, Eric say let the Holy Ghost guide you. There you go. Yeah, let them guide you. Yeah, in the South, see, that's the difference. In the South, we were raised to say good morning and speak to people and all of that. Now, you got some of this new generation. I don't know how some of them are raised. They're raised, I don't know, with hyenas or whatever they were raised with, because they, some of them is just like, bro, where you come from? Like y'all raised worse than animals. Some of you. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight on the stream tonight. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you click the like button. That's very, very important. Spread the video in the algorithm. Make sure you also go to our Emancipation Media channel. We posting, news stories over there. Make sure you go subscribe to the Emancipation Media channel. Also, the Phillip Scott podcast. We'll post a podcast the other night at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Also, the Phillip Scott Show, if you like entertainment and things like that. I know I got an interview coming. Well, a woman went to a Diddy party, and she got into some interesting conversation about the Diddy party and a couple other those celebrities who's running around here just like Diddy, right? But trying to be closeted. So we'll be getting that up, not too long. But if you're interested in that, now if you're not, then hey, keep rocking with the other channels and the app and everything, and then you're good to go. All right, thank y'all for listening. We'll catch y'all on the next one.